The EFT points, there's several on the face, and there's several in your fingers and in your hands. They're actually all over the place, but they're acupuncture meridian points. And where acupuncturists use needles, we're just tapping on those points. So the main one we start with is our karate chop point. And this is like right here, if you were going to hit someone with a karate chop right down on the side of the hand, and you tap. Usually you're tapping about 6 or 7 times. Not real hard, just firmly. You don't want to hurt yourself with it, but you just want to tap kind of firmly but gently. And you're going to tap there, and you're going to say your setup phrase, generally 3 times, but you can do it more than that if you want to. If you want to kind of express what it is you want to be focusing on. And then once you go to that, finish that point, karate chop point right there, then you go to the face points. You have eyebrow point, and you do either side. Sometimes people do both. It's right here at the front of the eyebrow. Then the next point, side of the eye, that is not over by the temple, but we have a bone right here, and it's right at the end of the eyebrow, right on that bone there. Then under the eye, then under the nose. And when we're doing on the chin, it's not actually this padded part of the chin, but it says indent chin right under the lip. Then we have collarbone point. Now that is right here. There's a bone that goes across both sides, and it's at the end right there. Then we have under the arm. That's right about where the bra strap goes across, under the armpit area, and top of the head. Other thing that you can do, the main points that I'm going to be using in our EFT sessions on videos and audios are the ones in the face, the collarbone, under the arm, on the top of the head. But I also wanted to show you points in the fingers, which you can do. This is what I like to do when we're in public places. We want to be discreet, and we don't want people to see, if you're just tapping on your face, people aren't, if they don't know what you're doing, they think it looks kind of silly, and you might be too embarrassed to do it. I don't like to do it in public. It does look kind of silly, and people look at you. So what I like to do in public places is, let's see if we can get it here. Right here at the base of the fingernails, on all the fingers, both sides, you've got points. Right there at the base of the fingernail. You can either tap. I do this tapping when I'm in my, by myself. I always like to tap, throw in some on the fingertip points too. But if you want to be more discreet, you can actually just kind of rub the points, kind of like a little pinch and rub, even on the karate chop point. And you can do that, and you can be sitting in a group of people, and they don't really know what you're doing unless you've told them that this is one of your little secret techniques. But I love to do this because there are times when you're in public and you get stressed out about something, or there's just some negative thing, you want to clear it. And if you're in a public place and there's something about the situation that makes you uncomfortable, that's the ideal time to do your tappings, when you're actually feeling the emotion. Because when you are tapping and you're feeling it, you're actually accessing the real emotion. It's the best time to do your EFT. So having finger points that you can use even in situations where you're in public is really helpful. So I encourage you, use the EFT. I always tell people, even if you don't understand it, tapping is free. Try it. What do you have to lose except the negative emotion that you have? And one thing I also want to tell you about, before you start tapping, especially if it's an issue that's kind of bothersome to you and you have a lot of emotion around it, think about, on a scale of 1 to 10, how strong is that emotion? Before you start tapping, think about that. Think, okay, so if it's an 8 or a 10, so that you notice the level of the emotion. Then when you're done with your EFT, first round or second round, kind of check that again. What is the emotion? Has it come down any? Sometimes people will say it started out as an 8 or something like that, and they'll say it's down to a 4, then that means, okay, if it's not, you want to try to get it down to a 0. So if it's not down to a 4, then you can do some more rounds. You just keep doing the EFT until you get it down and you release all the negative feelings about it. And sometimes things will come up in your life that maybe re-trigger an emotion that maybe you cleared already, but things can happen. We have people in our lives too that they're going through things and they bring back memories of something that maybe something uncomfortable in our childhood, or something just reminds us of something, and sometimes those issues come back up. So you can just do some more EFT, clear it again. Generally, it's a lot of times when you clear it, it's completely gone. Even though the person that reminds you of it, you have a different feeling about it when you've done EFT. But sometimes there's other layers about an issue. You know, like the layers around money. Different things happen in your life. So one issue, money and prosperity, has multiple different layers to it. And sometimes it's like an onion. You have to kind of peel off the different layers. But you're definitely changing things and you're shifting into a better energy. And that's what we strive for when we want success in our business, in our life. We really need to remove all these negative things and help us to keep moving forward. So I definitely encourage you, use EFT. Let me know what you think and what your experiences are. I love hearing people's experiences with their EFT.